All right, we're starting some garage renovations around here. One of the problems with this garage is there's no concrete apron here. So I've had to stone this and then re-stone it. And as you can see, it's probably about time to re-stone it again. So I got a concrete contractor coming in, and he's going to make an 8-foot apron all across the front of the garage, all the way down to the corner there. We're going to do the same thing and a little more in the front. But the other thing that's going to happen is right there is going to be a 15-foot tall chimney. Then we can move the Gentleman Janitor from being kind of out in the middle here to the center here, and it won't come out any further than the coal bin does. The auger will go in there instead of on the side like it does now. That will enable us to A, get this car a little further over that way, B, be able to have this car here while we're running the boiler, because right now, as you can see, there's not enough room to open the ash door. So, and it's pretty inconvenient to try to work on anything with, the car inches away. Don't want to bang up the car or anything, so this is a big deal to me. The CTSV will sit here, the 944 will sit here, and we'll be able to live our lives like normal people. So this will be the same out here, an 8-foot apron across the front. But instead of this hodgepodge pile of stones with a piece of plywood on top of it, will be a concrete ramp. And I did talk to him about making this doorway wider. Didn't do that initially because it was brick face, and the guy I had doing this wasn't, a mason, so he just framed out removed the existing sliding glass door and framed it out for this door that opens outside. And that was, 13 years ago, and it has served very well since then. Problem is, this mower is a 59-inch deck, and that's just slightly, like an inch narrower than the opening here. And once in a while, the deck gets caught on things and scrapes it up and stuff. So a little wider door will make it really easy to get in and out. But phase one was to get the garage reasonably cleaned up. This table had tons of stuff on it from when we first did the V8 conversion on the 944. And, I would just rummage through the boxes that were all piled up there every once in a while to look for stuff. So that all had to get cleaned up, and it's now organized in boxes and is down in the basement. Some of this stuff has to stay out here, but this table will most likely be going where the boiler is. So we'll just set it up over there once it gets done. And this table was in the same sort of disarray. It basically hadn't been cleaned up since I rebuilt the axles, so I had like 8 axles and CV joints and CV grease all over this. Had cardboard and paper towels over it when I was working on it so it wouldn't mess up the bench. But yeah, I think that was like 2 years ago. So it was time to clean it up. So we got this bench back. That bench is relatively cleaned off. I've been working on the Cadillac on that bench, so yeah, that needs to be cleaned up too, but we'll get to that. For right now, we're on track. This can get moved when the concrete contractor comes in and wants to work there, so that was the main thing. The next thing we got to do is build a little dog house into this side of the coal bin so that I can close the coal bin all up and get Ben Reese out here to dump 5 tons of coal in the bin. And then, you know, with the doghouse type thing, I'll be able to just poke the auger in when we're ready to start augering coal out. So yeah, that's the garage update. Should be pretty fun. Can't wait to have it all done. It'll be awesome to have concrete.